I recently moved down to Florida from the Northeast and began a job as a software designer in the military simulations field. I live northwest of Orlando, a prime location to access various federal and state parks in Central Florida. I'm not really accustomed to parks. My previous locale was little more than a densely populated concrete jungle. I did not have a car, and I was morbidly obese to boot. Now in Florida, I'm surrounded by parks, vast ones in which you can be killed by wild animals, not manicured little mick parks like back home on Long Island. And now that I'm in a healthier weight range and have the means to access these wilds, I decided to try putting up some of my new treks on YouTube. I don't know if people will enjoy these or if they're worth the time, but the first park I will showcase is Wekiva Springs State Park in Apopka. It is located 20 minutes north of Orlando. It's off Interstate 4 at exit 94. It's near Altamonte Springs and Longwood. The park contains the headwater for Wekiva River, the major river in the region. It's known for its natural spring, and it often contains dozens of visitors at the spring area. I'm not interested in that sort of stuff though. I'd rather be lost or semi-lost in the wilderness, and I go to these places to listen to good metal, clear my head, and exert my body, not have a party. For this reason, I now showcase my solo trek through the 13 miles of hiking trails and off the trails at Wekiva Springs. Little random segments of video I took. The video quality isn't great. I'm using a smartphone to take this footage. Maybe if people like this sort of stuff, I'll get a GoPro or something else fancy. But for now, this is what I got. It's a path in the jungle. I was just running. Came across this family of deer. I don't know if you can see them, but they're right about 20 meters ahead of me. I'm not here to kill you. I'm just here to enjoy the forest. See you later, guys. Back to the run. Some of my favorite flora in this park are these Florida scrub forests. I think they've been reduced by the Park Service for fire prevention purposes, but they're still pretty awesome. And in the middle of the day, it creates sort of a glade-like feel in these pieces of scrub. Well, as we can see, the trail is flooded. We've already tried to cross it down a bit, but there's no real path, so now we're going to try to go this way. See what's in here. Fucking... You have spider web, that's always nice. Okay, there's the river up ahead. We need to cross that somehow. Oh, I think there's a fording right there. Oh yeah, I can cross that. can see where a machete would come in handy. Need to get across this creek. It's red, which means it's probably high in iron. Go down this way. Bam. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this camera down to ford it. So I'm on my way back, following the same path. I figured I should probably leave a warning note to the next person that goes through that area with the flooded bridge, because it was not very fun trying to get around that flood. Walking down the path and we run into another little denizen of this place, a turtle. Getting his walk on. Chill, turtle, I'm not going to attack you. I'm leaving. Don't hiss. I'm leaving. Chill. So we come across a fork in the path. I think we're going to make a left. I have no idea what's over here. The trees are marked with these colors to indicate what route you're on. White and orange is for footpaths, and blue is for crossover, and I think red is for bicycles or something. Never been in this part. The last time I was here, took a more conservative route, and this looks like it might be a camping area. This goes in a circle. This is no good. What's over here? Looks like there was a fire here at one point. Is it a propane tank or something here? Here's the tank. Alright, time to go back and take the other path. So now we're back on that other path. This park's really interesting because it has a variety of terrain. I've been in parts where it looks like basically Jurassic Park or Predator or something. And there's parts like this which are more open. You can see around us there's a shrub that I took pictures of before. This could go for a while, and then it could turn into a really thick jungle, and you'd have to basically get into some sticky situations like what I was in before. Walking through some lavender fields. There's butterflies all over the place. Oh, giant freaking grasshoppers. I never get used to those things. More deer. This one's a buck, which leads me to think I'm about to get charged, but I'm approaching very slowly. There's another one. Oh, they're leaving. Come on, buck. Don't attack. I don't actually know if male deer here are called bucks. Hello.
headed towards Lake Pravit. Right now I'm at number 6, headed towards Lake Pravit. Now we find ourselves in some more conventional forest. This isn't really the scrub. It's more of something you'd see in the Northeast where I'm from. Lots of, there's not, these sharp tropical bushes that sort of characterize the scrub are missing. There's more trees, more low-lying branches and whatnot. And this is just, again, an example of the diversity you can find in a park like this. So I just came from that way, headed northwest. There's a fork in the path. You can see here that this marker has white and red on it, which means it's a junction path. So you can see I started here at 5 and 6, went through 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm right there. If I head northeast, which is to my right, it's a bicycle trail, so we don't want to go that way. But if I head left, which is that way, that leads further on to a bicycle trail walking hybrid. Also looks like the path to the right does that as well. Eventually, no, actually it just stays. It's just basically a crossway to get between the various paths. So I think I'm gonna head right and then take the horse trail north, and then once I get to the crossroads here, head east and push down south and return to base. We'll see. Some bird's not happy that I'm here. Well, I'm headed west to east along that east-west crossway, and the skies are opening. It was nice until this point because it was nice and overcast and wasn't baking out in the sun. But now I'm gonna have to deal with rain, which I have no problem with. But I guess I'll throw an interesting element into the mix. So now it's really coming down. This is probably the last time I'm gonna film because I don't want to destroy my camera. But I'm headed back south along a ranger trail. You can see there's a ravine here on both sides, and hopefully I'll link up with a hiking path headed southeast and return south from there to get to my car. If this clears up though, I might head back north, so we'll see what happens. Got another deer up ahead in the middle of this downpour, probably wondering why there's a human in the middle of it. know if you guys can hear the thunder or not, but it's definitely coming down. So the rain has died down a bit. It's still raining, but I came onto the main road that runs through the park. Came from there, that gate. That's where the ranger trail was, and there's a youth camp here apparently. Not exactly sure where I am right now. I'm just gonna follow the road. That should bring me back to the entrance. But as you can see, it's still a very nice walk, very scenic, even on the main road that runs through the park. All right, I headed away from the youth camp back up at the hill, and from my calculations, from reading a very tattered and wet map, if I make a right at the stop sign, it should bring me back to the entrance. So I'm gonna do that now. The rain has dropped down a bit, but I'm waterlogged, so I think I'm just gonna call it a day, even though that I want to keep walking. Yeah, so see you guys on the other side. On the way back now. Almost positive that I'm on the right route. Let's see, it's quite dark now. It gives it the road a foreboding sort of feel to it. You see the high scrub there. Still raining a bit, but it's not that heavy, it's just a shower. Before it was so heavy I couldn't even take my phone out because probably would have damaged my phone. So I got a lot of marching to go. Probably about 2.5 miles of this. Then I should be at the entrance. So, see you guys at the car.